Hey guys, it's Brian again, day 5 of our Kenya trip. I am sitting in a classroom here at the Jaska School. It's pretty amazing. Great kids, amazing kids that are coming through here each and every day, having class. We had another great day today, but we're actually I got a chance to preach today, talk about my favorite subject of Jesus, which is awesome. Then I had a chance to interact with the kids and find out what their favorite part of Jesus' humanity was. If they like the baby Jesus version, the adult Jesus version, or the Revelation Jesus version, which is my favorite, and just a chance to interact with them about who they think Christ is. And it was really cool. It continues to be amazing, as I sit in this classroom to think about how privileged we are. You can't see, but I'm sitting on a desk that's probably 20, 30 years old, possibly, and there's absolutely nothing on the ground except for dirt. Not even flat, it's undulating. I've got a chalkboard behind me, and so the kids back home that are sitting in comfortable desks and looking at projection screens and all of that, it's pretty cool to think that the education system that's happening here, and it's actually a good one, as I understand, is doing really well, and you are helping to support that as part of the One Light Project. Today we also had a chance to continue to talk with the kids, hear a little bit more about their lives. Sri and I led a group together and just asked them to share a story about their life. Interestingly enough, death comes up a lot with these kids. We talked a little bit about yesterday about how death affected a couple of my friends, but just to hear as we went around this about they lose their fathers at a young age because of death, or they go and they're being born and their fathers leave as their mom's having them, never to find out about them until they were maybe a junior in high school or a sophomore or freshman. So it's just amazing to hear with them. But what was even cooler was when they started to help each other. At the end we asked them to say, hey, do you have questions of one another after hearing some of their stories? And kids time after time would raise their hands and say, how do you deal with having a stepdad who you don't want to call their dad? And how do you deal with being raised in a family where you don't have a mom or a dad? And if you're a girl, how do you ask your dad about girl stuff? Or if you're a boy, how do you ask your mom about guy stuff? And honestly, we didn't know. I mean, we're blessed. We were born with great parents, and they're still alive, and so we don't have to worry about that. But these kids do on a daily basis. And to hear about how they grew up in the slums of Mathare and how the people around them helped to raise them. One boy said that he had 2 alcoholic parents, one of which died, and the mom ended up raising him the rest of his life and continues to raise him. But they asked him, how did they get drunk? How would they get drinking? And he would say that they would just go out to the bars and leave him at home. So I asked him how old he was. He said he was between the ages of 3 and 5. Just left to fend for himself in the slums of Mathare, some of the worst places you can be. And so someone asked, well, someone had to have helped you. And they said, well, the community around helps you. But really, he was on his own for a lot of that time. It's tough. But even in the background, you can hear about the kids just together. That's really what this is about, is that these kids coming together, learning about Jesus, learning about each other, and helping one another. In the process, somehow, we're learning about ourselves too. I know Sri and I both, we not only are windburned, sunburned, tired as all get out, we've had rats and mice in our room the past 2-3 nights, all kinds of stuff going on, but we're loving every second of it. And tomorrow's going to be a tough day when we leave. So I just want you guys to continue to pray for us here. We'll be traveling back in a few days, and we'll have a chance to come back to some sort of civilization soon. But I know that this experience will really impress upon us. As I leave, I just wanted you to know, I asked the kids one question: what would you want the people in the United States to remember about you? What would you want them to know? One of the things that they said was that we want them to know that we're doing okay, that we are strong people, that we are smart people, that we are educated, that we're in good schools, and that we're going to do great things. So don't pity us, but continue to pray for us and continue to support us, because if it wasn't for the Mission of Hope and the things that we're doing and that they're doing alongside, they wouldn't be where they're at. One girl said that my parents now have come to Christ because of what Mission of Hope has done. That money that you've invested in that one girl not only helps her get food and education, but it actually gets a social work network around their family so that they're able to grow and become better parents and better people and know the love of Christ. At least one, and that's just one story, have found Christ because of what you're doing and what we're doing. Continue to pray for us. I can't wait to be back home to see my little girl, but I also can't wait to share the stories that we're hearing. As you continue to pray for us, we'll continue to pray for you, and we love you. So hang tight. We'll see you soon. God bless you guys.